So Recital was released about a year after Concert in December of 1977, and Recital the second half of 1978. So I was still using the AKG 414s, and my reference loudspeakers, which had been Dahlquist DQ10s with subwoofers. I had begun modifying the DQ10s in certain ways, and those modifications would ultimately lead 3 years down the road to the Wham loudspeaker. And so this recording, though, Recital, I have to confess my great fondness for Flentrop organs. And I think part of that is because of E. Power Biggs, who recorded on the Columbia label in the 60s and 70s. And he was a great champion of the Flentrop organ at Harvard's Busch Reisinger Museum. And I listened to a lot of his recordings. I have quite a few of them in my collection. Also influential was a recording that Biggs made of the organs built by Arp Schnitger in Western Europe, in Germany and Holland, in that area. During, those instruments were used during Bach's lifetime. And these tracker action organs are very articulate. The valves are connected directly to the keys on the keyboard through a system of wooden tracker rods, which are interconnected or through little leather pivots and hinges and so forth. They're just a wonderful mechanism. So, and then among the tracker action organs, the Flentrops have, I think, an unusually fine balance to their sound. Some of the tracker action organs are voiced to be overly bright. The Flentrops seem to just have a very beautiful balance to them. And this Flentrop at St. Mark's Episcopal in Palo Alto would be the first of two Flentrop organs that I would record, the other being in Seattle, Washington, the largest Flentrop organ. About this recording, I had decided by this time to go with the so-called hypercardioid pattern of the AKG microphone. That's a pattern which was requested by the BBC and was incorporated in the 414E. The earlier 412 only had 3 patterns. So this one, you have your cardioid sensitivity to the front, but unlike a pure cardioid, which has as little sensitivity to the rear as possible, this allows a certain amount of pickup from the rear, so that you have this, you have a little bit of added room color and warmth to the sound. I describe in the liner notes, the distance from the organ that the microphones are and so forth. I remember Mr. Hubbard, the English horn player, asking me if I wanted the damping pads left in the keys on the English horn or removed, and I said, well, which do you prefer playing? And he says, oh, I'd rather have them removed. And then he said, the problem is that it results in a little bit of noise from the valves. And I said, audiophiles will enjoy that. It makes it sound so much more alive, like a live recital that they're hearing in their own listening rooms. So he was very happy to do that, and I'm delighted with it. This work by Coetzee is one of my all-time favorite pieces of music, and it was recorded actually with the Flentrop organ in mind, and I think it was actually inspired by Dirk Flentrop. this among the recordings that I've made, Recital is one of my very favorites. Because by that time I had developed my recording technique for pipe organ to a pretty high level. Ken Kessler, back in 1983, in a British magazine, he listed the 12 best-sounding records of all time. And I was delighted that I had recorded 2 of those 12. This one is... He admitted that he loved the sound of this, but that he preferred the other best recording, which was Ragtime Razzmatazz. And he said that, the Recital, unfortunately, organ music reminds him of guilt and church and the Inquisition and so forth, whereas Ragtime Razzmatazz reminds him of brothels and beer houses and so forth. So he was much more comfortable with that connotation. It was delightful writing. So this one isn't going to have the big earth-shaking bass, that's going to demonstrate the subwoofers and everything. But even Peter Moncrief in International Audio Review felt that this was one of the best-sounding recordings of all time.